Well, Carlos Warner is an attorney who represents some of the men currently detained at Guantanamo Bay, and he joins us now from Ohio. Mr. Warner, the president just made an eloquent case for closing Guantanamo Bay. He's the commander-in-chief. Why doesn't he just do it?
Well, that's a great question, and we agree with much of what he said, and we hope that he is sincere in his efforts to close Guantanamo. It's not on Congress's plate, however. He has the power to transfer under United States law right now individuals in the interest of national security. And the clip you played was great because it explains why Guantanamo is against the national security interests of the United States. So he doesn't have to go to Congress. This is all about whether or not he has the political courage to do what's right, and that's release innocent men from Guantanamo.
Can we talk a bit about the hunger strikers and your clients?
Yes.
I mean, it's slightly more complicated, I think, when we made out. Why are your clients actually doing this? Why now?
Okay, well, a few things. First of all, it's 130 men, and it's likely way more than 24 that are 21 that are being force-fed. Why they're doing it is the hopelessness and the desperation because President Obama abandoned Guantanamo. He abandoned it in the campaign. There was nobody, and still is nobody, there's nobody assigned in his administration to close it. So that's what's driving it. Now, the military, there are new military personnel down there that are driving the strike in the wrong direction. They're meeting the men with force when they should be negotiating. President Obama needs to reach out to people like me and my colleagues to end the hunger strike, first of all, and then we need to get down to work and actually work on closing Guantanamo. We do that very easily with his help and with his political courage.
I'm just wondering if you think that some men being held there without trial might actually die as a result of this hunger strike and then inflame the kind of cause that the president and the American people certainly do not want to inflame.
Well, it's certainly a risk. I mean, the military itself said over the past week or so that this was a risk and that they thought men were going to die. We don't want to see our clients die, and you know, for us it's a very personal thing because these are men with families, and they're innocent men. So to see them starve and possibly die is a horribly tragic situation. But again, the military can de-escalate this situation. I think we could end the hunger strike, and I know we can end the hunger strike. And President Obama he needs to put his will behind closing it, but also ending the hunger strike. He does that by reaching out to people like us and negotiating instead of meeting these men with force. I don't know if you have a minute, but he said the Pentagon's doing everything they can. Well, they're not. The Pentagon's running in the wrong direction. And the reason why they are is there's nobody in his administration that can talk to the Pentagon and explain what should be being done currently.
But, okay, but can you see at least the point that it was more complicated, he said, than he thought when he was running for the presidency to begin with, and you've got to put these people somewhere, and you don't presumably want them walking the streets of Ohio?
Well, I think he maybe was naive to think that the American public would want innocent individuals to go home. The right certainly has attacked Guantanamo and made it something that it isn't. But he's the president, and he has the power to transfer individuals, and his administration has fashioned places for these individuals to go before he closed the office. So for the 86 men, I mean, I'm not saying that it's going to be easy, but we can make progress. Nobody's being transferred. The doors are locked very tightly as we stand here today. And I've said many times that we could make significant progress in a year. I believe in a year we could at least get the innocent men out. And then we could start working on the rest, because the rest are being held under dubious and really conditions that are against international law. But let's start with the 86 innocent men, including Shakir Amar, who's obviously a citizen of the UK.
And just in terms of where they would go, I mean, do you accept, because we have a problem with a man called Abu Qatada here about extraditing him to Jordan, where he may face, people are worried he might be tortured. So to send these people home might be, even if they're innocent, might be to send them to places where they're also in jeopardy.
Well, of course we wouldn't do that, but when I say there's solutions, for example, Saudi Arabia has a fully operational and large rehabilitation center, and they're willing to take some of these men. Kuwait also has built a rehabilitation center under the watchful eye of the United States, and it was approved by the former ambassador to Kuwait from the United States, saying it's a very good facility, so people could go there. there are solutions on the table, and the State Department was working very hard to put those solutions in order and in line, but I think the State Department recognized the President had no political will to actually move individuals. Hopefully his comments today indicate that he has some will to move individuals, because there are solutions. Nobody's saying that right now they should go back to Yemen. Could they go back to Yemen in a year? Sure, possibly, but we need to, put things in order in Yemen. Nobody's working on that.
Okay, Mr. Warner, thank you very much for your thoughts and your expertise, Carlos.